Hey guys, Andy here. So I love my Sony WH-1000 XM2 Bluetooth noise cancelling headphones. I chose them over the Bose QC35-2s, even though a lot of people think that they are kind of the gold standard in Bluetooth noise cancelling headphones. There were certain things for my uses the Sonys were better. So when I heard they were doing a Mark III, I was really quite excited. I watched a few videos. They all said, oh, they're amazing, they're so much better than the Mark IIs, the noise cancelling is better, they're more comfortable, all these sort of things. Oh my god, so I shot down to the shops, bought the Mark IIIs, and I have to say I think I was a little bit misled in some ways. The Mark IIIs, they're better. I don't think that's up for debate, they are better, but I guess the question is how much better are they? And that's what this video is about. Should you upgrade? If you've got the Mark IIs now, should you upgrade to the Mark IIIs? It does appear that Sony have been listening to feedback, or maybe they just watched my review, because a lot of my criticisms have definitely been resolved. And I'll use some video clips of the criticisms as we move on through. So we're going to start with the design. And looking at myself in the video there, that's kind of weird. Does that look like it sticks out a little bit on my head? So I think that's much better. It's a much closer fit around my head. It's a very small point, but I'm glad they addressed it. If we look closely at the headphones, there's a colour difference. So the Mark IIs are kind of a sort of a, I don't know, steely metal looking, and there's a metal band over the top. The Mark IIIs are black, sort of matte black, and it's sort of more leathery cover. I think there's more padding in the top there as well. There are other design changes. So the Mark IIs had kind of a textured cup outer, and the Mark IIIs are more of a smoother. It feels a bit like a kind of a trackpad almost. If I'm honest, I think I do prefer the textured version. When you're doing the finger controls, you get I don't know, it's a bit more sort of feedback, I suppose, in some ways. I do like the bronze highlights on the Mark IIIs though, as opposed to just a cutout on the Mark IIs, and the bronze Sony on the edge. Again, quite a small point, but worth noting. Then, if we talk about the buttons, I'm not a massive fan of the buttons, but I've kind of got used to them. Yeah, so I pointed out and I still don't like how flush they are. They're not as easy to find. Sony have addressed that. It doesn't look a lot, but actually those are really quite noticeably different. They stick out quite a lot. Much easier to find the button on the left ear cup. Then we come to comfort. So I don't think, my instant thoughts are that foam is a lot firmer. It's not quite as comfortable perhaps as the Bose. So there's no easy way for me to particularly show this other than just to say definitely it's softer foam now on the Mark IIIs. It's almost like they're just kind of taking some of the foam out though. It's like I can pinch away like empty cup, but it is softer and it is more comfortable. They're also larger, and I found the best way to show that is that I can fit my knuckle inside the 3s. I can't in the 2s, like clearly. And I think visually you can see, I mean, that's just, you only just get 2 fingers in the one side and almost 3 in the new Mark IIIs. Again, that leads to just a more comfortable fit. Then they've also made them lighter. I think almost 30 grams. I did weigh them. Again, that's going to help. That's about 10% of a weight reduction. One of the things with the Bose was they did feel lighter than the Sony, so Sony have improved there. So I never really had problems with the Mark IIs necessarily. I had to do a little adjustments now and then, and I still do with the Mark IIIs to be fair, but they do feel more comfortable. Then onto the noise cancellation. I thought the noise cancellation wasn't as good as the Bose because the Bose went totally silent, and these I can hear kind of a faint white noise, I suppose, like a very faint sort of. And this is where I felt I was misled a little bit, because I thought, wow, even better noise cancellation, because they're fantastic already. I honestly cannot tell the difference. I've had my air conditioner going, I've been and stood by the washing machine, and I'll swap from the Mark II to the Mark IIIs, to the Mark II to the Mark IIIs, the Mark IIs, Mark IIIs. I cannot tell any difference, other than the white noise that I mentioned is gone. So now when you turn it on, it is a pure silence. And it is amazing. Well, not a pure silence if the air conditioner's going, there's still a bit of noise, rather than. But if there's no other, like it's just small noise, like my computer fan or whatever it might be, there's no white noise, and that was one of my comments on the Mark IIs. So yeah, all this talk about having 4 times more powerful chip to do the noise cancellation, you can't really tell much difference apart from that lack of white noise. The final thing, which I didn't really mention in the last one, it's funny because I have in other sort of reviews where I said, oh, we're still on a micro USB charger. They have switched over to USB Type-C, which is the right thing to do. It is an improvement. It is going to be better. It is the way forward. That also allows quick charging. So 10 minutes of charge gives you 5 hours use on the Mark III. That is pretty amazing. So if somehow, I mean, they've both got 30 hours battery life, which is immense. I mean, how you could take multiple flights and not need to charge them up. But if somehow you manage to burn through that battery and you're on a flight and they've run out of power, you can plug them in for 10 minutes and get 5 hours use out of them. That is amazing. So actually, after all that, and I say this quite often when people ask me, should I buy this, should I upgrade to that? I can't actually answer that question for you. It's not for me to decide if you should spend your money for these improvements. But hopefully I've given you enough information for you to be able to make that decision. Would I have upgraded knowing what I know? I probably would, just because I'm that kind of guy that likes to have the latest tech. But that's me, and I can't make that decision for you. What I would like to know is what your decision will be, so do drop it in the comments down below if you've upgraded or if you're just going to stick with the Mark IIs. I'd love to hear from you. Hopefully you found this video informative. If you have, please subscribe, hit that bell button so you know when I make new videos. Give it a thumbs up as well. But for now, my name's Andy, and I'll catch you all again soon. Well done, and thank you for making it to the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you might want to click the little fellow that should hopefully appear about here to subscribe. You may also want to check out some of my other videos, which are going to appear somewhere there. Also, come and have a look at my website, androidandy.uk. There is also a forum. Come and say hello on the forum. If you've got any questions about things or request me to review things or anything else, just come and have a chat on the forum.